So this is just recording, just talk about the way people behave in my own environment. I had, made several videos on YouTube when I was using my computer, and I explained about how people in my old environment behave when I was living in a Palm Hotel in Kissimmee, Florida. When I started talking about the way I can't get no job, can't get no income, I'm stuck in the same predicament where everything I do, nothing works. So I noticed that the more I started articulating myself about the way people treat me in real life, it affected people in my environment. Like, for example, the front desk receptionist, the maintenance guy. I'm just calling the people out, like singling them out. The owner and also the housekeeper. They all had a role in promoting these negative behaviors towards my mind so I could feel depressed. So this one started before I moved into the Lake City, before I moved to Palm Hotel back in March of 2015. This takes place September 2014. And at the time, I was 21 years old. So as you know, I started talking about the government and the way the citizens are governed. For example, I talked about that it was impossible for people to, form a relationship or be able to make any wealth. That they have to be someone beyond the human being's consciousness that is taking the role on deciding who should be with who should live with, who should live in what neighborhood. Like I was telling my mom that the government's put people to live, and like for example, I was saying to my mom that all the African Americans are put in the ghetto. Like it's like someone knows exactly who to put at that neighborhood at that time. Like you go to South Jamaica's down there. And you go in the neighborhood and you see all the house is all shabby, the businesses is all shabby, and the type of people that they want in that neighborhood is African Americans, populated with African Americans, low income African Americans, who are on welfare, who inherited a house from their probably grandfather, grandparents, or their mother, or their parents, their mother or father. I started talking that way towards my mom, and I started talking this way on the internet. Then all of a sudden, I noticed that my environment was getting crazy. My mom and my sister started behaving aggressive towards me. The internet, before the internet stopped working, I ended up hitting my left testicle. At the same time, everything was just happening. Everything was just occurring. Now, people would refer to it as like the domino effect. Everything was just occurring at the same time. And then, all of a sudden, the internet stops working. What day? It was like around, because I know it was, I think September 17th, 2014 was a Thursday or Friday. So the internet stopped working from that time. Let's estimate to September 17th, 2014, all the way to October 2nd, 2014. That same day, right? October 2nd, 2014, when I was about to move out, that same day I was about to move out was the same day the internet turned on. I'm like, why is it that the internet is working all of a sudden? I'm leaving. It's quite creepy. Why it haven't been working all this time? Weeks and weeks passing by and I couldn't use the internet. Ridiculous. Yeah, that was happening to me. So when I started living at the Palm Hotel in Kissimmee, Florida, and I noticed that everybody, all the staff members were so fixated on me, that's when I realized something wasn't right. Like, for example, July of 2015, the internet was off for 2 weeks. And something wasn't right. And my mom and my sister were behaving very hyper, very jumpy. And then it turned back on. And at times, there would be a time of the month, it would go off, the internet, and then my mom and my sister would just start talking silly towards me. As well as the people on the internet. They started, labeling me as a conspiracy theorist. They started telling me something's wrong with the way I communicate. They would tell me that I'm illiterate, I'm not able to articulate myself. And it goes on. And it happened January 2016. The internet turned off. And it keeps going on. But this one particular time of 2016 was just the most weirdest. July 2016, it was around July 14 and 15, 2016. The internet turned off. And it's been going on for weeks. Around late July of 2016, the front desk receptionist asked my mom a question. But before she asked my mom a question, she told my mother that the kids who are off during the summer break, they kept pestering the front desk receptionist. They kept pestering her for the internet. And the front desk receptionist knows that me and my sister and my mom live in the same room, the same motel room. So when she was talking, the front desk receptionist, she said to my mother, "Is your son going crazy for the internet?" But I said to myself, that doesn't make sense. My mom said that to me. It sounds like this one, the way she speaks, sounds like an incomplete sentence. Because he's telling my mom that the kids at the Palm Hotel who saw the kids at this Palm Hotel, right, during their summer break, they're off during their summer break, are pestering her about the internet. So if you know that the kids are on their summer break, why didn't you ask about my sister? Why are you so, why is she so concerned about me? Why she didn't say, are your children going crazy for the internet? Why just if your son? Because it shows the attention is directed at me. And that's when I started realizing someone doesn't want me to have no internet, access to no internet. So I wouldn't communicate with people about the way I think. As it seems that this program, and that's when I started, saying, hey, something's definitely not right. So what I had thought of was about Mr. Mike, the maintenance guy. Like, how did he actually get the internet to stop working? What's the purpose of it? And the whole purpose of taking out the internet, like plugging out the router, was to conserve energy. That's the purpose of it, to conserve energy. Because Miss Front Desk Receptionist, the front desk receptionist, we call her that, said that the kids keep pestering her. Everybody, the staff knows that the kids are under summer break. And the majority of the people actually everybody who lives in the Palm Hotel are tenants. They're residents of the Palm Hotel. And since the kids are under summer break, and some of the parents are home, and some of the kids are just home by themselves, they don't want the kids to actually burn energy. Because before before July 2016, the maintenance guy, because this is John, the maintenance guy, and also Mike. They had like monitors for the air conditioner. They put it. I have a video of it too. From 2016, they put monitors on the air conditioner to control the temperature. So when the tenants who are using the air conditioner, right, try to turn up the temperature, like make it colder, they couldn't go any further. They limit the temperature. That's when I, realized that they're trying to conserve energy because of 2015. They did that in July 2015. They saw back in July 2015 that bill was too high. The energy bill was too high. So those 2 weeks, the staff members purposely took off the motel internet for 2 weeks because the bill was too high. But they implemented that plan the next following year of July of 2016. And the maintenance guy said to my mom that the air conditioner and the internet are necessity. They're necessities. So my mom was like, what? Because I remember December 2016, Mike, he said to me he wanted to change the toilet back in December 2016 because he always do the maintenance and pest control for every room, every tenant room. So he knocked at the door. He said, "Boss, what is that sound running?" I said to him, "It's the toilet." He said, "How long has this been going on?" I would feel irritated with being around that toilet. So he's decided to put in a note for Mary, the owner, to actually get money from her to replace the toilet. And I remember while he was fixing the toilet, he asked me this question. He said, "Why do you have off the air conditioner?" He said, "Dude, turn on the air conditioner. It's hot in here, man." So my mom memorized that. And when I mentioned about the air conditioner or the internet, especially the air conditioner, didn't Mr. Mike say it's a necessity? That's how I understand how the AI, the multi-agent quantum AI computers, make the staff members at the palm of those things. Because it always goes with a plan. Remember, it managed humanity, so it's governing the citizens. It enhances their thoughts when it comes to thinking about, when it comes to solutions. It enhances their thoughts. Like, hey, if you turn off the air conditioner during the time the kids are off from school during the summer break, we would be able to save energy. We wouldn't be spending so much money like we did last July of 2015. But then again, when I didn't have no internet, I didn't have the time to make money on the internet because there's people who work online. And I needed the internet so I can make money and interact with people on the internet. I was feeling depressed. This is what I mean. And there's people out in the world who's not able to articulate how people can make them feel depressed. They're not at that level. And when I talked about this behavior towards my mom, like, for example, I told my mom before she goes downstairs to see the front desk receptionist, and also, I said to her that the owner's gonna be there. That's what I said to her. I said to my mom, the owner's gonna be there, and this is what she's gonna say to you. What is your son is up to? That's what I said. I said that to her. So I had expected my mail, or you could say my package from China to arrive at that time. So my mom was downstairs to pay for the rent, and she comes back and she looks at me like she saw a ghost, and she questioned me, "How the hell would you know something like that?" Because it was 100% accurate. That's what the AI made it. Oh, that's the purpose of it. The internet was also not working before my mom went downstairs. It happened all the time. So this means that the information that I, give to people on the internet is accurate because it comes from my experiences. But then again, there's people on the internet who are interested in derailing my posts or derailing me from talking about anything related to what I'm saying, right? So they can mislead people. That's their objective. It looks like I'm doing it to myself. They would tell me that my post, they would tell me that my talk is misinformation, or different. They're saying I'm misleading people, or there are times they would say it's disinformation. I must deduce this information from someone on the internet to mislead people. It's always some stupid shit. And it's crazy how people show interest. Instead of ignoring their posts, they're interested in derailing the post, which, members on the community find weird. They were also looking at it weird. They were like questioning the person who was behaving this way. They were saying it's weird. Like for example, in 2016, this member started bashing me and saying that that I'm crazy. Something's wrong with my brain. I need to go to the psychiatrist. So the person had mentioned to the person, the member, there was another member who was defending me, which is shocking. He said to the person, "You're not a doctor. How would you know? You could just ignore the post." But he didn't. He continued to be aggressive. He was so aggressive, and the way that member was aggressive was the same exact way my mom and my sister behave. They exhibit the same behavior. Those are the behavior that they're exhibiting are all the same characteristic traits. They when they talk, they continue. They don't stop. They continue to talk. They're very talkative. That's one of the characteristic traits I noticed. Very talkative, and they're extremely judgmental. And they take everything I say on a personal level. And when I talk, they say when I don't even say anything, they expect me to say something. They say, "Oh, you're still talking," even though I haven't talked. Like my mom, she would say, "Oh, you're still talking," because her way of behaving towards me is to make me feel irritated. That's it. I'm still talking. You're still talking. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. All this AI cares about is making me feel depressed and making me feel irritated. And not just that, making me feel like everything I thought of is wrong. So people would say gaslight, but it's different because they would try to embed ciphers into my mind to actually get my mind to believe in ideas that doesn't exist about myself. There's times when they try to change my perception about myself, but they want me to have beliefs. They want me to have beliefs about myself. So I can say that the way I'm thinking, right, as a human being, is meaningless. And they want me to say that everything I say is meaningless. That's why I said that the AI show interest in removing context. It's interested in trying to confuse my mind. But I was around less people in Florida compared to here. New York City is worse. It's more advanced when it comes to putting these ciphers into my mind and making me feel as if I'm not capable, like I'm completely at an advanced level, not capable of thinking or being able to do anything, incapable of doing anything for myself. They want me to believe that I'm handicapped in every way. compared to the new environment when I came here. This is New York City would be the new environment. When I was living in the shelter, the people in that environment, they were aggressive, and they don't want me to speak at all. They wanted you to be the only ones talking. Very aggressive. And they're interested, the people in the new environment are interested in my business. People who are not even related to me are not helping me. Like for example, the security guard I had mentioned on a different video. His name is Sam. He was interested. He was interested in, he was telling me when I came down from the appointment, because I had to see Mr. Jacob Humphreys, the shelter's job specialist. He asked Mr. Sam, the security guard. He asked me how did everything went, and I tell my mom. She said he's not supposed to be talking to you like that. I don't know what he's only there to make sure that everything is going right. He's a security guard. That's not his role as a security guard. He's not supposed to be in a business like that. I don't know what game that these people think. These games. She would just keep going at it. My mom about how they treated me. That's how they behave. I don't know who he thinks he is. He's not supposed to be doing that to you. And that's when I realized. I came to realization that this is something that happens to me all the time. Everybody behave the same way. So when I share it to people on the internet, they try to make me sound like a person who just doesn't know what I'm talking. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's like they're trying to deny my talk about my own experiences. That's wild. People would say, "Oh, that's discredit." It's not just discredit. They're really interested in They're really interested in making people not understand what I'm talking about. Like they don't want them to have, like my posts. They want to make me sound like I don't understand how to communicate at all. Like English is not my language, or I don't know how. It's like the way they have it. It's like it's my first time communicating. They're ridiculous. That's when there's something completely wrong with them, and that's why. That's why when I was a little kid, I experienced that too. Like I said, they put me in speech and language. They put me in some sort of speech class because they think I can't speak English, and they also put me in special ed because they think I'm slow. I can't learn. It's the treatment. That's what I mean. Is shit is crazy. It's repetitive. It's over and over again. It's done more than one time. Endless. But the new environment is far worse than my old environment. To the point my own mother couldn't handle it. She herself ended up going crazy. She lost it when she came here, and also my sister. They completely lost it. That's why I'm in this predicament. Their behavior and their mind and the way the environment behave, right? The way the people in my environment behave and the way the people in my environment think affected my mom and it affected me. That's what I mean by remark. And I told my mom about it. I warned her about this environment, and she didn't listen to me. And people online are trying to prove me wrong, prove what I said is wrong. Like I can't, whatever I said is incorrect. That's how they all treat me. So fucked up. This is one of the most fucked up environment I ever seen, and extremely unstable, hard. There's too much fluctuation in this New York City. If the environment fluctuates way too much, there's too many changes. hard to keep up with. When I look at my notes, when I compare my old environment, I know that towards the end it was becoming unstable because of the people in my, the people at the Palm Hotel, and it continued. After I left that environment, it continued from here. Distractions, derailing me from being able to do anything, like getting a job, just derailing. It's trying to make it look like I'm like I'm sabotaging myself, like self-sabotage, like I'm doing it to myself. This environment is extremely creepy. But anyway, thanks for listening to my small chat.